I'm finally back into making YouTube videos. I apologize to everyone who's been waiting anxiously over the past month for my next video, especially the people who have challenged me. And I am very sorry I still haven't gotten back to those challenges, but those will be my first priority in making YouTube videos after making this status update video. Now basically the next few minutes of what I'm gonna say are gonna be pretty much repeated off of what I said on my channel for a few weeks, so some of it may be repeated, but I'm just gonna say it all again so that anyone who wasn't able to read it will be able to hear it from me now. Now, when I said in my previous status update videos that I was gonna order a terabyte external hard drive so that I could put all of my family videos off of the mini DV tapes onto it. Now, I'm embarrassed to say that I've got the hard drive now and I still haven't edited the videos yet. I've got them all on the hard drive at least, but I just haven't had time to start editing it. The reason why is because my parents signed me up for 2 extra classes on top of my regular homeschooling. The first one was, I think, a 2 or 3 month class for preparation for what I like to call the SAT Act, so the SAT and ACT tests. I think they're basically the most important tests that you'll take in high school. So, and the other class that they signed me up for was a 4-day class called Teen Pact, and that's basically a 4-day government/leadership class that teaches you a biblical worldview on the government and how to be a good leader and such, and stuff like that. And that was 4 days. I didn't have any internet access during the time, but that also had a bunch of homework I needed to do beforehand, and that was about 2 weeks. So this class for the SAT and ACT and Teen Pact basically started on me all at once, and I just didn't have time to edit videos with all this extra schoolwork. And because of that, I also had to stop answering every video comment that I get, and I just now stick to messages and then comments on my channel. So if you see anyone that posts out of line negative comment, give it a thumbs down. Or if you see a comment that says something like, "Since you've read this comment, you will die tomorrow if you do not copy and paste it on 4 other videos." Yes, mark those as spam too. But I will not completely not answer video comments. Like if I just upload a new video, then I may answer comments there. But if you reply back to me saying that I have a question or something, there's no guarantee that I will answer you back because I took the notification off that I have a new comment. And I may also ask you a question about a comment you posted, and you may reply back explaining and then asking another question, but I just may not answer to you. So if you've got something important to say, send me a private message or post it on my channel, or whatever you want. Okay, so enough about that. Now on to something that's been really important for me. I am now a YouTube partner. Now that is cool. Now, for those of you that don't know what it is, it's basically a person that YouTube trusts to make good quality videos. And then they will give that person certain privileges that other people don't have, like being able to decorate your channel and stuff like that. Like, I was able to put up new pictures and such. So, but I'm not going to go into detail about being a YouTube partner. I'm going to create a separate video that will, and I will say everything that I want to say about being a YouTube partner there. But I will say this. Being a YouTube partner, you no longer have to worry about the 10-minute video limit, although it's really 10 minutes and 50 seconds. So now I can create a video of practically any length now. And to test it out, I uploaded a few videos last Thursday and testing the video length, and it was just basically a blue screen with this red rectangle that moved across it. And I had that little motion in there because I was afraid that YouTube might reject the video if it was just one solid color throughout the whole video. So I tried it with 11 minutes, that worked. I tried it with 50 minutes, that worked. And I kept going and it got up to 3 hours and that still worked. And then I just decided to go all out, and Power Director, the video editing software I use, has a limit to show one color board, and a color board is just a color that you can show in a video, and that, including pictures, there's a limit of showing one for up to 27 hours. And I could have copied and pasted that to make it longer, but anything greater than 27 hours is just ridiculous. So I tried uploading a video that long, and just to note, I did render the videos on the lowest quality setting. So my 3-hour video was only 8 megabytes. And this 27-hour video was about 80 megabytes. And I rendered it, uploaded it, and it said processing, processing. So I waited. Finally, when I woke up the next morning, it said, could not convert the video file. So there is a limit. It's not specified by YouTube. It's just that their program can't handle it. But that is so nice. I will no longer need to post multiple part videos. So this video will probably be much longer than 10 minutes, and for those of you who are already a YouTube partner, please don't abuse that. I mean, there's nothing worse than a video that goes on and on and on and on and on. So I carefully edit my videos to make sure I'm talking about interesting stuff, and I'll edit out if I start rambling or something, or if I have a thinking pause, like I need to think about what I need to say next. And also, I just recently placed a CubeSmith order. I got tiles to make a dodo cube here, and I'm embarrassed to say that I broke the cube this morning. I dropped it and it hit a chair, and then this centerpiece broke off. But that actually happened on one of my other cubes here too. Like, I just got a new cube for one of these. I'll explain what these are in a minute. And so I got this new Rubik's Cube, and I was stressing it, trying to break it in because it was really tight. And I lubricated it with Vaseline to help break it in, and I just overdid it once, and the centerpiece snapped right off. So I super glued it back on, and then on that cube I also put a blob of super glue under the crack under there, and I haven't had a problem with it since. So I'm currently waiting for the super glue to completely harden, so I'll wait till tomorrow to put this cube back together. So, back to CubeSmith, my order. So I ordered a bunch of yellow tiles to make what I like to call a dodo cube. So no matter how you turn the cube, it will always be in the solved state. So, and since it's yellow and black, I like to call it also the Rubik's Cube for dummies. You know, yellow, black, you always see that on old books that have... Yeah, so, I mean, I originally got the idea from a Facebook bumper sticker that someone sent me that had all white stickers on it, and it was called, like, the Stress-Free Rubik's Cube. But I decided I would like yellow better, and yellow is perfect because, you know, black and yellow dummies. So yes, it's really fun to give to people, say, and, like, I also like to call it the Dodo Cube, so I like, have a crack at the Dodo Cube, or the Rubik's Cube for Dummies, or whatever. And you've seen this in my profile picture and in my channel banner on my channel, so yes, this is kind of fun to have. And I went ahead and did order tiles for it because, you know, stickers, they do wear out eventually, and I usually just like to fiddle around with this cube, so I want it to be nice and durable. And then another cube I also got was this one. I'm not sure what to call it. On Cubesmith.com, they call it the 4-sticker variation of the Reuben King cube. So this one is very interesting to solve. It's easier. It's both harder and easier to solve because, like, you can take these blue edges and switch them with each other and even flip them, and the cube will still become solved. But it's also harder because the centers have to be rotated correctly, like in a super cube. So, yeah, it's a very interesting cube to solve. And what I did to order, when I ordered the tiles for this one is, or if you ever want to make one, order the tiles individually. So, like, order 2 greens and 2 blues and 2 oranges, so that it's cheaper than buying just 2 complete sets of tiles. But I went ahead and ordered 2 complete sets of tiles because I was able to use the yellow tiles from those for my Dodo cube, and I only needed to order 4 more sets of tiles for that. So I will be making a video about this cube on how to solve it and make it if you want to get tiles for it, like how to properly cut the tiles in half and such. And I will also, I forgot to say, I will be making a video advertising the Dodo cube, so that will be pretty funny when I make it. And I also ordered shade shifting stickers. Now, I will be making a proper review about this later on, but I will say now that do not get them for a black cube. It is very hard to make them out on a black cube. I should have ordered a white one, so yeah. And then also, with this one, this is a super cube. I use tees instead of arrows like on Gabasoft. And I think this is the best way to make a super cube because you may, it's like, here, check out this picture from cubesmith.com. See, look at all these color bars. I talked about making a cube like this in my previous status update video, and as I said, those were very annoying to make. But this is really nice. I originally wanted to make a super cube by putting 3 shades of each color on each side. So like for white, I would have a section of it would be white, and a section of it would be light gray, and a section of it would be regular gray. So I actually ordered a ton of stickers from cubesmith.com, and I had to spend my money wisely. So I would order sets of stickers, mainly Reuben King stickers, because then I wouldn't have to cut them in half. They would already be cut in half already for me. So I ordered a lot of these stickers so that I could have different shades of each color on each side. But then I was chatting with MonkeyDude online once, and he recommended getting adhesive photo paper from like Office Max or Staples like that, and then printing whatever you want onto that. So I decided to take him up on that. I went to Staples, couldn't find any photo paper, but I did found adhesive paper. So I printed, my mom wanted me to do pi symbols, which I did on this cube. So I originally started out with pi symbols on this one, but I do like T's better. I mean, the less stuff you have on it to distinguish how a piece should be oriented, the better. And I tried that. I didn't bother cutting off the corners or putting any tape on it or anything. And I put it on, and it seemed to work great. But after a while, the stickers started losing their stickiness. I think it was because the finger oil from my fingers was soaking into the paper, and it just did something to the stickiness then. So now I have clear contact paper on these, but now the corners are really peely. I mean, they're easy to peel, so I tried tape with my Rubik's 4x4 here, and the corners are really annoying. You can really feel the corners on this one. So I tried cutting off the corners on this cube, but that didn't really help. And also, I lost one of the stickers, so that's why this one is blank. But I think these T's is a very good way to make a super cube. It's not hard to distinguish like where pieces are, and it takes a little getting used to figuring out which piece should be put where and such. And on a 4x4, it's incredibly hard to solve because the parity algorithm you do screws up the center pieces, and yeah, very annoying. I have figured out how to solve this super cube on my own, so I was very proud of that, but I have to use the beginner's method because there are just too many algorithms for OLL and PLL that screw up the centerpiece. And when you can solve it as a beginner with the beginner's method, you can, as you're solving the top layer, you make sure the piece is oriented first, and then you solve the rest of the pieces. So yeah. I think what I'll do now is order tiles and then get like those plastic, there's like these sheets of plastic that you can buy with all the letters cut out of them, and then you can put that on paper and then use a marker or something to draw a very neat letter. So I would like to do that with tiles. It does not work on vinyl. We tried drawing it on regular stickers, and the ink just rubbed off. But on tiles, they don't rub off. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is I may order tiles later on for this cube and then just draw the T's on myself. And also, another thing I ordered from cubesmith.com was more uncut tile material for my 2x1x1. So it looks much nicer now. And I will be making a detailed video about the pieces of this cube and how I made it and everything. I'll pretty much say the similar stuff I said in my Cube Talk video. So, but based on someone sent me a message saying they would really like to see the parts of it and everything. So, yes, I will add that to my video list. You know, I've got tons of videos to make. And then I also put tiles on my 2x1x1. I'm not sure if I said that in my last status update video. I ordered, a long time ago, I ordered 2x2 Ishin tiles, hoping they would fit my Rubik's 2x2, and they were too big. But they're pretty much the perfect size for my 1x1, so I've got tiles on these two now using my Ishin 2x2 tiles, and they're perfect for it. They're just a little bigger than I would have preferred, but yeah, they work. And then I was also able to cut tiles for my 2x2. So I now have a tiled Rubik's 2x2. Now, I may get an Ishin 2x2 in the future, but to me the 2x2 is kind of boring. Like, I don't really have an interest in getting a better one. But and that's mainly because VCube says they will come out with one, and I'm willing to wait up to like 5 years to get a good 2x2. So if VCube ever gets one, I will buy that one, but I probably will never get an Ishin 2x2. Now, another thing that has resulted in my YouTube partnership is, on my channel, it says or on different days it's changed, but it said I've been like the 16th most subscribed partner on YouTube. Now, I find that is unbelievable. Seriously, I think it's a bug, because I've been keeping track of how many subscribers I get, like, compared to MonkeyDude, Throst, and Rob H. And Rob has been, for the most part, getting more subscribers than me, and he doesn't not have that honor on his channel. Now, I think it's because that when I became a partner, YouTube was taking into consideration all the subscribers I had. So it thinks I've got 2,000 subscribers in the past week, when it's really been over the past year. So I think after a while, that honor will go away. I just think it's unbelievable, because there are tons more people out there that are more popular than me. Now, also, another thing that I would really like to bring up is my personal name. A while ago, MonkeyDude was yeah, you should subscribe to MonkeyDude. I mean, you think I'm crazy about cubes. Yeah, so he was reading comments on his channel in a video and answering them, and one of them was, "Do you know me, myself, and Pi's name?" And he said, quote-unquote, "Yes, I am one of the privileged few who know it. And I am not going to tell you because he's cool about that, and I'm cool about that, so." The reason why he's know it is, it's not because I sent him a message saying, "MonkeyDude, you're so popular and respectable or whatever that I'm gonna tell you my personal name." It did not happen like that. We got chatting online together, and my screen name was my real name, and I trusted him to keep it confidential, and he has. So it's not a privilege knowing my personal name. Just please use me, myself, and Pi, or everything that. And stop asking us my name. It's getting kind of annoying. The reason why I don't want to tell you is because of identity thieves out there. I mean, I've given out enough personal information, such as what city and state I live in, how old I am, but I don't want to give out my name, so yes, I'm not going to tell you. I think I saw in a magazine just laying on the floor once that identity is stolen like every 3 seconds or something like that. Kind of scary. So yeah, I'm not going to tell anyone my name unless I trust them a lot. Okay, now for my future videos, the ones I plan on making. Now, I will not be making any videos on the weekdays. Since I still haven't started editing my family videos, I'm going to save the free time I have on weekdays for that. And then on the weekends, I will use my free time to making YouTube videos. And since I'm a partner, I can also, another thing I want to say about being a partner is that I can put ads on my videos now, and when I do that, I have to write out a little thing explaining that I own all material that was used in the video, and if I don't own it, I have express permission to it. So I have to write that to YouTube, and then they will examine the video and make sure that everything's okay, and then they'll put an ad on it. So it may take a little while for the video to show up. So I made this video on Saturday, March 21st, so it may not show up until tomorrow on Sunday. Just a little clarification there. And so the first, as I said before, the first videos I'm going to make are the challenge responses. And for those of you who've challenged me, could you please send me a message saying that you have given me permission to use your video and mine, because I like to keep my challenges interesting, and I'll put my response right next to their challenge video in my video. So I need express permission from you guys in order to put ads on them. So if you don't send me a message, then I'll send you a message clarifying it and such. So yes, my challenge responses will be my first priority. Then I will make a VCube 7 tutorial, and then I'm not sure what order I'll be making these videos in, but I'll be making a video on how to modify a Chinese Mega Minx so that the pieces don't to basically get rid of the clicking mechanism and to make sure that the pieces don't get caught on each other as much. And as I said before, make a video about this cube on how to make it and solve it, and how I made this cube and what all the pieces look like. And I'm sure I have a lot more, but I can't quite think of them. Oh, yeah, and you may notice that my Siamese Rubik's Cube isn't here anymore. I actually split that cube up and made it into these two cubes again. But don't worry, I still will be making a Siamese Rubik's Cube tutorial. All I just really gotta do is take a Rubik's Cube and hold these two layers and only mix up these and such. So, yeah, don't worry, I'm still gonna make a Siamese tutorial based on the method that I came up with. Okay, I believe that's everything I have to say in my status update video. There doesn't appear to be anything more on my note card. I will go ahead and make the video about my YouTube partnership and everything I will say there. So yeah, also check out that video too. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. It's probably longer than 10 minutes, but I won't know for sure until I'm through editing it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I tried to make it as interesting as possible. I hope you didn't have to feel you had to skip ahead or anything like that. But so yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Well, actually I won't see you because all I'm really looking at is the lens of the camera. But yeah, you'll see me, of course. You know what I mean. Just whatever. Bye.